Everything you're seeing here, you're seeing for the very first time. And I'm one of the first people to explore this new section. Coming to you once again from Hamburg, Pennsylvania. The reason I'm here today, RDCs. Reading and Northern RDCs. I'm down here today because of a special event that's taking place. Now I'm starting off right here at the Kernsville Dam Recreation Area. Now I was here about a year ago to do a video on the John Bartram Rail Trail, which starts just over there. I showed you the entire trail up until where it ended at the Auburn Bridge. The trail is closed from beyond there. Well, today is an exciting day because today we're going to be exploring into new territory. Today, November 9th, 2023, is a special ribbon cutting ceremony that's going to offer new access beyond the Auburn Bridge. Myself and Randy of Emerald Sound Productions are going to be heading down there now, not only witnessing the ceremony, but more importantly, seeing what the new section of trail has to offer. If you'd like to find out as well, all you need to do is come along with me. So we have arrived. We're at the location where my video ended, so to speak, when I was here last year. This is the bridge we were able to reach, and it terminated up there because there was a fence and weren't able to go any further. Well, the project that was shared on some information boards up there has been completed, and there's a ribbon cutting ceremony here at 1 p.m. November 9, 2023, which will allow access to new parts of the trail. And it's going to be uncharted territory for me and for most of the other people here. Everyone that is here today is going to be some of the first people here to experience and explore the new section of trail. But the Auburn Bridge ribbon cutting ceremony will be commencing in just about 10 minutes. I'm going to try and get as close as I can, get some footage of it. And then more importantly, I want to see what else is beyond here. And if you want to see as well, you know, just keep watching. What are their names? Flash
and Rocky.
Flash and Rocky. They're here for the ceremony today. The rail trail.
Yeah, they ride up here a lot. Typically, their mommies with them too, and I only take one of them at a time. But she couldn't be here today, so I had to adapt that to the back rack and take some. This is actually her bike.
Looks like it works out good for them. You may remember the chutes. Famous area for kayakers to basically shoot under the train bridge. That's Reading and Northern Line. And you can see remnants from an old bridge back in the day. What river is this?
This is the Schuylkill.
Schuylkill River.
Yep.
Now right here is where it was fenced off. I believe the fence was actually right here. And we couldn't continue. Now the bridge, as you see, does continue, but the trail does not go that way because that leads into someone's property where they didn't want the trail continuing straight through their land. So the bridge is saved, but the trail is rerouted with a brand new structure and platform here, as you can see. Fresh dozer tracks down there, fencing around it. It's like the steel girder. large beams, concrete decking. So this is all brand new, and I'm glad they saw it through to fruition because I didn't know how long it was going to take, and about a year later it's completed. Really neat to see. There's actually a lot of people here, probably over 100 at least. Most of us biked in here. And here we can finally see the bridge. Again, this is where the line would have continued. Rails are ripped up, but it is someone's property, and I think farm with farm animals over there, and they objected to having the trail continue. Reading and Northern rails do run below it, but the new platform, as you can see, just continues down. It's more or less like a ramp, and there's already people utilizing it today, walking and biking on it, so that's going to be all brand new for me, and I'm excited to not only take you on there, but to see what we find along the way. Here's another view of the bridge. It's a through truss bridge. I guess it's going to be kept there just as a reminder of the rail line that came through there. So I am essentially standing on brand new construction. Last time I was here, last year, this wasn't here. It was just open space. There was no construction started, just plans talked about what was going to be taking place. But everything looks brand new. The decking, the rails, even though they have some surface rust, but it is all brand new construction. And it is open to the public now, but today is the official ribbon cutting celebrating the connection of the trail. Now, from Randy told me this goes for about another 2 miles until Auburn, where it does meet up with the road. And I think from there you'd have to ride the road a number of miles to pick up another section of the trail. I don't know how far we're going to be going, but between here and there, though, I'm going to keep my eyes peeled for anything that's kind of hiding in plain sight. At the very least, to show you views along the way. As mentioned, with most people coming here by bike, there are a lot of bikes here, and a good mixture of both e-bikes and conventional bikes. There's like an e-bike here. It looks like a beach cruiser. This one too. Looks like a traditional bike, but it does have the battery and motor. E-bikes are just becoming ever so more popular, but yeah, the whole bridge is lined with bikes, both on this side and then going down the other side. And here is Randy's new JCon. He's got it fitted out with a extra large crate, saddlebags, and I do have my Angway Engine Pro with the crate on back. There's some bigger 26-inch wheel e-bikes, Hemiways. It's a nice Trek there. Cannondales, even some big comfortable fuzzy seats. People got speakers decked out on them, carrying cases, and customized bikes, even 10 speeds. So great to see all these bikers coming out, and regardless of what kind of bike you do own or operate or like, it does bring people together and allows you to experience rail trails like this. Oh wow, look at the seat on that. It even has a backrest on it. That's got to be pretty comfortable.
So, before we get started with meeting everyone, hearing the stories, and recognizing everyone that was a part of this, I want to recognize that everyone in this audience right here has been waiting for this to happen for decades. Decades. You love the trail. You're so excited for this. So let's do a collective cheer. Ready? 1, 2, 3. All right. That is the right tone for this day.
We're working on it, Secretary, but we have made so much progress, and so again, congratulations. And as they say all over Schuylkill County, we ain't done yet. Congratulate each and every one of you. So whether you are part of the establishment of this project or whether you are a user of this project, this is really what it is all about. And just about an hour ago, a hearing on Capitol Hill concluded. That hearing was all about the Abandoned Mine Land Economic Revitalization Program. It's a mouthful, but we're all standing on the benefits of that program. And I only wish that hearing could have taken place right here because all of the senators and all of the people that were at the hearing and watching could see this project is a perfect opportunity, a perfect example of what the AMLR program was intended to be. I saw in some of the materials about closing the gap of the trail, and that's a perfect expression for what the AMLR program is. You take an abandoned mine land problem and turn it into an asset. So we have many programs that deal with reclaiming the abandoned mine land programs proper, but Congress gave us this additional funding, this AMLR funding, to do that reclamation, but also to give it a boost, to make it serve as a catalyst. And again, that's what this project represents. Cleaning up the remnants of our historic coal mining, and not only cleaning that up, the environment, making it a safer place, but also making it a community asset.
So after about a 30-minute ceremony, there's a lot of guest speakers, and they were talking about not only the funding of the project, but the work involved, the planning, the history. I only just gave a quick couple highlights because it would have been an additional 30 minutes of footage. But we did get the ribbon cutting ceremony, so the trail is officially open, even though it's already open. But today, November 9th, does mark the ribbon cutting opening of the Auburn Bridge trail. So once it does clear out a bit more, we're going to get on our bikes and continue down into new territory.
Yeah, walk through like this. Train crossing here. It's actually showing where we were for the ribbon cutting ceremony. There's the bridge, running northern line here, so you could do some rail fanning right here, courtesy of the new section of rail trail. Hey, look over here on the left. On your left here. Yep. Made a discovery, so decided to pull over. So on the left-hand side, you may notice a flat trail up there. Well, that is the old rail line. So we're standing on the new bridge for the ribbon cutting ceremony. I showed you the old three-truss bridge. If we continued on that same line over that bridge, it would have came right here along this little rock cut section up here. Directly across from that, though, is the precursor to the railroad, and that is the canal. We do have a section of the Schuylkill navigation system, but most people call it the Schuylkill Canal. You can actually see the blocks right there. This may have been one of the locks here too. I think Randy's checking on that to find out, but 100% confirmation though, this is a section of the canal which does kind of snake through the woods. And unfortunately though, both this land and that land is private property. The trail does share the road here, so you can observe it from the road, but as much as I'd like to get down there and give you a closer look, it's not going to be permissible. So Randy did get confirmation this is the lock 23 guard lock. So right here along the road that we're traveling on, right next to the former rail line just above. And from here you can actually see the canal. There's some more stones here from it, but the canal itself does kind of snake through the woods here, and you can see some sections where some water is remaining. So although it's not a functioning canal at this point, water still does travel through it at times. And also noticing a concrete block up here as well. May have been a post or a signal at one time. It's actually a tree coming out of it right now. If we do find a spot where we could get some visuals or it's not posted, I will try to at least get up and show you what it looks like. I don't think there's any rails or anything left that I know of, but it definitely is a clear rail bed. Well, lucky for me, the rail line we were talking about that was up on the embankment is now level with us at the road, so we could get a view of it here. So as I suspected, there is nothing left of it. There's no ties, no rails, unless there's something buried. It's definitely wide enough for a double line, but the unique thing is that we're traveling alongside of it, and now we're going to be picking it up once again directly over here. This is going to be the continuation of the rail trail, and there is even a, looks like an old marker here as well, possibly, or it's just maybe a recreation of one. I thought for a second that was a concrete marker, but yeah, this is going to be the rail trail that's going to be taking us into Auburn. So to put things into perspective, we started off at the John Bartram Kernsville Dam Recreation Area. So that was the rail trail. We went through the bridge and eventually made it up to the newly reconstructed bridge where it initially stopped at the through truss bridge just back there. So that was the rail line. The new construction that they added basically takes you around this section of the line because, as mentioned, it goes through someone's property and they didn't want the trail going through there. So it's more or less a detour of the new extension, and that detour brings you back over here to pick up the trail. So going this direction for me, of course, is still going to be new territory for me, and we'll see what it's like. I imagine if you ride this section in the summertime, it'd be nice and shady and much cooler. So we are now essentially walking on an old rail bridge, mildly reconverted for the rail trail. But another thing we can confirm is that this was a double line because there is additional supports for another bridge. There's actually a wheel right there too. So another line came across here, another bridge, whether it was wooden or steel, I don't know, but at one time it was removed. And this is the only one that does remain. You can kind of see down in between the two. I think this is a concrete deck, if I'm not mistaken. The big rivets. Built to last. And whoever lives over here has a nice view of it as well. I can only imagine living there and watching trains come through here. There is a creek that does flow under. I don't know the name of it at the time. We don't have service here. But that water does flow out and meets up with the Schuylkill River. And that's an old tractor tire. 650 by 16. I think it's from either a trailer, like a farm trailer, or a tractor.
Okay, so it goes up here, we'll cross over. Oh, we can go underneath.
Yeah, let's go underneath. Well, hopefully this doesn't go anywhere, but I'm standing on what Randy believes the remnants of an old dam. Would have went straight across. And the way it's constructed, it's banked that way, which means it is for flowing or stopping the water coming this direction. So it has some lean to it in that direction. Kind of throws off your balance walking on it, thinking that it's going to tip over, but that's just the construction of it. But nice view here. A little more noisy than the rest of the trail, but we are now pretty much in civilization and in the town of Auburn. Down here you can really see the lean of it. And that gentleman's doing probably what I would do if I wasn't here making a video. Just sit down, taking the sights and sounds. Looks like a State Route 8. I think it's 895. Information board here stating about the Auburn trailhead. And basically just some preventative stuff. Plan and prepare, prevent and protect. And about the dangers of swimming by a dam. Mile 87.5. This is also a launching point for the kayaks. So people park here, bring the kayaks down, launch, and then take the river down to the chutes. Quick correction. At first thoughts, and I agree with him because it does look like it, we thought that wall that I was standing on was part of a dam. We're incorrect about that. It's actually part of a bridge. The remnants of it, the sidewall of it, because right here is the former road. You can actually see the old double-line road. So the road before that bridge was put in, traffic came this way, right across over there. So that's the remnants of the old bridge. Not a dam, but that's now the 895 Auburn Arch Bridge, as it states on the side of it. And as I looked over here, I spotted a bump stop here. And there are rails there and some rail cars. It's part of the Reading and Northern line. It's like storage, like a part of a yard. But initially, my suspicions is that the line that we were riding on came straight through prior to when that bridge was there, and would have continued straight through there. Actually quite nice down here by the river, and back in the day I'd be standing directly under the bridge, as I explained. I do find it a little bit humorous because the sign states State Route 895 Auburn Arch Bridge. Does that look like an arch bridge to you? Not so much. Very, very slight curve to it. I'm also noticing the water line too, the high water mark. From where I'm standing, that'd be about chest high on me right now. So water can at times get up probably at least 3-4 feet higher. Pulled off along the trail, and it's time for a either late lunch or early dinner snack, or this time meal I should say, because I'm going to make up another one of my camp meals. This one's a brand new one. I bought this at the Sierra outdoor store. This one is ReadyWise Adventure Meals, and I picked the pasta Alfredo with chicken. Let's see when this one expires. Does it have it on here? Oh yeah, expires 2037. got a little bit of time left. And it only costs $7.29, which is actually a pretty good deal compared to some of the other ones you see at Walmart or other stores. This one only takes 2 cups of boiling water. So I do have my little camp stove here. I'm going to get that set up. Boil the water, pour it in, mix it up, and in just a little bit of time, be ready to eat.
When I think of it, I pretty much hate it. With their changes. Of course, YouTube went through changes too. Navigating wise, at least.
All right, I think it's time to eat. So this is my first time having this ReadyWise adventure meal. And as I mentioned, it's pasta Alfredo with chicken. And it says with a rich Parmesan cheese sauce. And I was reading too, this comes out of Salt Lake City, Utah. And they actually have probably about 15 different flavors to choose from, different meals. It smells good. All right, so here we go. It's little tiny swirl pasta, tiny bits of chicken, Parmesan, maybe some parsley. So here we go. Tell you what, for $7, it's actually really good. I've paid more and had worse at restaurants. Could have a little bit more seasoning to it, but overall, it is enjoyable. I'll have no problem putting this down. And my drink of choice, the White Monster, sugar-free, has like a slight lemon flavor to it. So I don't drink soda anymore, but this is something carbonated that I do enjoy drinking. So well, I'm going to finish this. We do have to get back because although it's a gorgeous day out, the sun is going down. It's going to be dark in just a couple hours, if not less. It's almost 4 o'clock, I think, right?
Yes, it's 4 o'clock on the nose. We've got about an hour left of daylight.
Yeah, a little bit over an hour maybe of daylight. So thankfully we're not too far away. We're just outside of Port Clinton right now. So maybe about a 15 to 20 minute bike ride if we just keep going.
4 miles we're away.
4 miles away?
Yeah, mile marker's right over there.
We're 4 miles away. So yeah, I think we're going to get back just in time. So enough of me chatting. I'm going to finish up and we're going to get back to the Kernsville Dam Recreation Area. Finished up with dinner, lunch and dinner, back here at the Rock Cut area, one of my favorite areas of this trail. Randy's actually up on top of the mountain there looking for a geocache. And we are about just under 2 miles away from where we started today's video at the Kernsville Recreation Area. There's another bike coming, I saw a light coming. Which means we are nearing the end of our trip today. We're going to be putting on roughly 15 miles, which does make sense because when I rode this last time,
it was 11 miles. And then the new trail section adds on 2 miles. So 2 miles out, 2 miles back is 4 more miles. So 15 miles round trip. It's a decent ride. And it was an absolutely picture perfect, gorgeous day here in November. November 9th, it was in the upper 60s, close to 70 degrees, sunny, light wind to no wind. Now that the sun's going down, temperatures are dropping. Got the hat on, got the gloves on, and looking forward to getting back and getting on the road, back into the heat of the car, because it's probably dropped at least 10 to 15 degrees now. So I do want to say though that the ribbon cutting ceremony, I didn't show a whole lot of it just because there was so many people there, and it's hard to get some good visuals and even audio of what they were talking about. But I did want to at least get them cutting the ribbon, and the scissors didn't do a very good job. I said those scissors are probably from dollar store, dull and not very effective. But the new section though is really nice. Although it's not very long, at least allows you to connect to the next section of trail without having to go a whole different route. So you could continue on that bridge, take the down ramp, go down the road, pick up the trail right into Auburn. And from Auburn, if you wanted to, you could ride the roads to another section of trail, which I may do in the future, but today we just wanted to cover that, show you what there was to see. You know, we did see another girder bridge and some other canal ruins, royal ruins, stuff like that. And if I do come back, which I will be, it's just a nice round trip ride, 15 miles. Whether you start back here in Hamburg or start somewhere along the way, you at least now know what to expect or what to see along that new section of trail. I do want to thank Randy for coming along today, because this is something we planned to do when this ceremony was announced. And we were just hoping for good weather, and like I said, weather cooperated greatly. And I will say that camp meal I had for $7 was really good. It could use some garlic and some more Parmesan cheese maybe, but for $7 I'll get it again, and it was a good way to kind of get those calories replenished from pedaling all day. But we're going to get back because it is getting dark as we speak. Be sure to check out his channel, which will be linked down below. And of course, my first video of this trail from last year will be down there as well, and other related rail trail videos. I'd love to hear your thoughts. If you enjoyed any part of this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, don't be a stranger. Come back, see what I put out at least 2 times a week. And if you want to, feel free to follow me on Facebook, where I do share photos and some videos that don't always make it to my YouTube channel. Otherwise, thanks once again for coming along for today's adventure. And like always, I'll see you in the next video.